Hello, fans and friends. Welcome to AstroKara. As a therapeutic astrologer and mindset coach, I'm here to show you how the archetypes of evolutionary astrology can guide you into real transformation. In this video, we're exploring Pluto in the 8th house, one of the most powerful, karmic, and transformative placements in evolutionary astrology. Of note, if your Pluto is in the sign of Scorpio, this is also your generational theme. Pluto represents the unconscious desires of the soul. It shapes our lives, brings us to and through challenges, and draws us toward transformation. If you haven't yet watched my introduction to Pluto in evolutionary astrology, I do recommend starting there, and I've linked it in the description. The 8th house is associated with Scorpio and Pluto itself. This house governs intimacy, shared resources, sexuality, death and rebirth, and the mysteries of transformation. With Pluto here, the soul is drawn into deep psychological waters, compelled to face issues of power, loss, and release in order to awaken to true empowerment. The 8th house is often called the house of transformation, but it governs what we share with others: money, resources, bodies, and energy. It's where intimacy takes us beyond the surface into the realm of trust, vulnerability, and merging. With Pluto here, your soul is drawn to deep emotional fusion. Relationships and experiences tend to be intense. You may feel magnetized towards situations that involve control, or betrayal, loss, or abandonment. And these can be intense catalysts for empowerment. These experiences strip away all the illusions of security and expose the fear of losing control, forcing you to confront what lies beneath your surface attachments. With Pluto in the 8th house, life will never be lived on the surface. There's an innate pull toward intensity, depth, and even experiences that shake the very foundation of the self. Some common themes that can arise include intense experiences with intimacy, sexuality, or power. You may experience cycles of loss, betrayal, or abandonment. And there can be obsession with control or deep fears of being controlled by others. The shadow expression of this placement often shows up as clinging, jealousy, manipulation, or resistance to surrender. These dynamics surface to reveal where the soul is still trying to maintain control of what must eventually be released. The evolutionary gift of Pluto here is the power of rebirth. Every loss, crisis, or transformation strips away false attachments and brings you closer to your true strength, which is rooted in your own inner resources. The evolutionary purpose of Pluto in the 8th house is to learn the art of letting go. Intimacy through vulnerability, and transformation through the mysteries of life and death. This placement asks you to release illusions of control and face the inevitability of change, to transform fear, jealousy, or possessiveness into trust, vulnerability, and empowerment, and engage in relationships that teach your soul about true intimacy and shared power. The polarity point for Pluto in the 8th house is the 2nd, the house of self-sufficiency, values, and inner security. This polarity shows the balancing act that's required. While your soul is drawn toward transformation through merging and intimacy, it must also develop its own inner resources, self-worth, and independence. Without the grounding of the 2nd house, the 8th can become distorted through dependency, fear of abandonment, or control issues. Ultimately, the evolutionary journey is about learning how to share deeply with others without losing your own center, to experience intimacy as mutual empowerment rather than a power struggle. So how can you consciously work with Pluto in the 8th house? Here are some ways I would encourage a coaching client. Number 1, learn the art of letting go. Transformation often comes through loss, endings, or circumstances beyond your control. Instead of resisting, practice trust in the deeper flow of life, seeing each ending as a doorway to rebirth. Number 2, reclaim your power. Begin to notice times when you feel disempowered, where you may be giving your power away. This placement pushes you to transform that fear into empowerment by reclaiming your boundaries and self-respect. Number 3, transform your relationship to intimacy. Pluto here asks you to learn intimacy as a path of transformation. This means facing your fear of vulnerability, learning to trust, and by sharing power equally in your relationships. Number 4, balance self and shared resources. Remember the 2nd house polarity. Work to build your own stability and self-worth so that you can engage in intimacy from a place of strength, not need. And number 5, transform pain into wisdom. This placement is not meant for comfort. It's meant for rebirth. Learn to trust the cycles of endings in your life. Each loss or letting go clears the space for a new form of empowerment to arise. Every emotional wound holds a gift. Every heartbreak refines your soul. Allow the grief, the anger, and the fear to move through you, not to destroy you, but to liberate you. Pluto in the 8th house is an invitation into the mysteries, into the depths of intimacy, transformation, and release. It often brings intense experiences, but they are not punishments. They are initiations. Through its crucible, you discover that vulnerability is not weakness. It's the key to continuous rebirth. And the evolutionary reward of this placement is emotional empowerment. Nothing real can ever be lost, only transformed. If this video has resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more insights on evolutionary astrology. This is a part of my series on Pluto through the houses, and you can find the rest of the series in the playlist link below. And I'd love to hear from you. If you have Pluto in the 8th house, or if you're going through a Pluto 8th house transit, what has your journey of transformation looked like? What lessons have life taught you about vulnerability and trust? Feel free to share in the comments. Your story may be the mirror someone else needs. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care of you.